conference. Faf du Plessis will follow shortly. Who would like to go first? Longani.
Vern, how have the last few weeks been, knowing that it was coming to an end here?
Yeah, I think for me personally, it was pretty emotional. A couple of weeks, obviously knowing that I'm going to be stepping out of this environment and leaving my teammates behind. So yeah, for me personally, it was pretty emotional. But yeah, I think all in all credit goes to England in the way that they played. I think they've outplayed us, outskilled us in both departments.
For those.
Well, I guess this wasn't the way that you wanted to go out, but it was not kind of the ideal last test. Can you just talk us through your feelings through the days, and I mean, not just the body and the brain, but also when you're injured and what happened today?
Yeah, I think, like I said, I think we always knew that we were a little bit on the back foot, with regards to our batting. In saying that, I think the first morning, with all the rain and that around, we felt, that we could knock them over. Probably, went searching a little bit and, allowed him to get off to a bit of a flyer. So yeah, I think we allowed him probably 60, 70 runs, pretty quickly there, and then we managed to pull it back. But yeah, in saying that, I think England has played a better cricket over the 5 days.
Ken.
Oh, 4 days, sorry.
Vern, now that you're leaving Proteas cricket, just how do you feel the Proteas are in terms of the shape and heading into the future?
Yeah, look, I think we obviously had probably a start of a new generation, so to speak. It's a pretty young team, a pretty new team. So I think you have to allow people to settle into positions as well. I think we South Africans, we're pretty quick to criticise, but I think there's a lot of young guys, a lot of new faces in that team, and yeah, you've got to allow them a bit of time to settle in. And I suppose only then will the wheels start turning, with regards to performances, etc. But like I said, I think England came here and they played pretty good cricket. We had a fairy tale start at Centurion, but yeah, the way they managed to turn it around was pretty special.
Dennis, Daniel, and then Telford.
Vernon, how would you like to be remembered?
I'd like to be remembered. Someone that always gave it my all. I think that's all you could ask for. Yeah, I mean, I've left it all out there. No regrets. So yeah.
But obviously you're going to the UK now to carry on playing, but have you given some thought to how you'd like to continue contributing to the Proteas cause past playing days?
Well, I haven't really given it some thought, but I'd like to be still a part of it. I'd like to, probably in a mentorship role, to make sure that we keep the younger guys that's coming through the system, make sure that they're up to scratch, when they obviously eventually do take over and do make that step up into the national side. So I think, that's a role that I'd like to see myself playing. How are we going to do it? I still need to go sit, with the higher powers and see how we can obviously accommodate it.
Vernon, you have unusual skills for a South African bowler. How come you ended up with those skills? Or was it a case of this is what you could do as a cricketer, not bowl express pace, you could plan close to the stumps and that kind of thing? How did you develop into the bowler that you became?
Yeah, I think, Telford, I think at the end of the day, sometimes, when you don't have the pace, you need other skills to come to the party. And I think, I was fortunate, when I started playing, I played with guys like Saul Willoughby, Alan Dawson, Saul Langeveld, which were all skillful bowlers. And I could learn of them. I could really, apply my trade in pretty much probably a little bit of a different way, in a pretty unique way, I would say. But I think over the years you learn, the more consistent you can be, irrespective of what pace you bowl at, you'll be effective. And it's so throughout my career, just the effectiveness of, being consistent.
Are you worried that those skills are disappearing out of South African cricket, the ones you have?
I wouldn't say it's disappearing. I think we just need to make sure that we keep topping up on the youngsters. To make sure that we're not just worried about pace all the time, but we're also worried about the other skills. In obviously nipping the ball, making sure that we can swing the ball, because I think those are assets in the game. That will ultimately make you a great bowler one day. So, yeah, I think we need to make sure that we keep those skills alive. And how we're going to go about it, we need to sit down and make sure that amongst a couple of guys, a couple of senior guys, we make sure that we really pass it on to the younger group of guys.
Tando, Zahir, Chris, and then we're going to finish with Fidos and Daniel.
Vern?
Sorry.
Just a word or two on Buren. He was very emotional. He said it here that obviously he started his career with you guys and you and Pato and at the Cobras. How much does that mean for you, and just a word on him and his future in Test cricket?
Yeah, I think it's very special, you know, to be playing a test match with Buren and Dane. We're all from the northern suburbs in Cape Town. So yeah, we're representing the northern suburbs, I suppose. But I think, you know, it's just very special, you know, to see them coming through. Both of them were youngsters, you know, when I started, obviously, you know, or when I was still playing at the Cobras. And then Buren obviously came up here for a little bit. Dane went to Durban for a little bit. And yeah, I think, you know, just to be playing alongside them, you know, it's a really special feeling in this test match. And I mean, you know, they've done the hard yards, so, you know, they deserve, obviously, you know, their places in the team, and hopefully they'll be there for a few years to come.
Well, you're obviously one of those unique in South Africa. It didn't come through the school system, you came through the club system, and it was the harder road, so to say. And if you look at what you've achieved now, do you think back then that this is what your numbers could be one day at the highest school?
Absolutely not. I think, you know, when you come from our sort of background, there's a couple of other skills, you know, that you do obviously get brought up with. Survival is one of them. And then, yeah, you always find a way, you know, irrespective of what the conditions are. And I think, you know, that's something that I'll always be grateful. You know, especially from my conditions, like I said, you know, where I come from, you always have to find a way to make it through in life. And yeah, I did exactly that. And I'm sitting here today, and like I said, I've got no regrets, and really truly, you know, humbled and just thankful for the opportunities and, you know, being obviously given to me.
Vernon, the other day I saw a guy called Glenton Steerman bowl the first time, and it was like watching Vernon Philander bowl. You can see he tries to model himself exactly on what you do with everything, run up, the way he even just follow through everything. Have you had any contact with him, or have you had any involvement with him or not?
I have. I saw him bowl at the Titans the one day. I came up there just before we went to India, and I went to go play a warm-up game with them. And I watched him bowl, and I said, and I actually asked him, I said, you know, yeah, were you modelling your accent on? And he said, you. And I said, no, it's, you know, obviously keep it going. But yeah, look, I think, you know, South Africa's got a wealth of talent. We just need to make sure that we nurture it in the right way to make sure that our national team stays strong.
Can you maybe name one or two bowlers in the last couple of months in domestic cricket that you've seen that you see as somebody that can really maybe get into the national side?
Geez, I haven't played a lot of domestic cricket. Yeah, I'm going to lie to you if I give you names now. Look, I mean, these guys that I've been playing with now, I mean, Buren and Petter, you know, yeah, I've obviously played with them, so I think the two of them are pretty right up there at the moment.
For those?
I'm putting you on the spot a bit, but could you tell us what your favourite moment has been in your career?
Geez, yeah, you are putting me on the spot. I think, look, my debut, you know, receiving your test cap, that will always be a special moment. And I think the way we play that game, you know, being on the back foot and then having to turn it around, I think, you know, that will be one of the games that will always stick with me.
And finally, Daniel?
Sorry. You've played with under many captains and under several coaches. What would you say is the style of this current setup right now, and what gives you confidence that, you know, the right people are in place to take South Africa forward?
Yeah, look, I think, you know, you always look for credibility wherever you go in life, you know, whatever setup you're in. And I think, you know, we've got credible people now, obviously, running the system. You've got Boucher there, you've got Callis there, you know, between the two of them, they've got, you know, as many a test cap as probably our whole team at the moment. But yeah, in saying that, you know, it's a young team. We've got to allow them time to, you know, find their feet. Look, at the end of the day, you know, we as senior players also need to take responsibility. We haven't fired, and look, you know, that makes the job of the younger guys so much harder. So, yeah, we'll take it obviously, you know, on the chin, and like I said, you know, we all need to play a role in obviously turn it around.
Vernon, on behalf of the South African press, it's been an absolute pleasure writing about you for all these years. The game is poorer without you. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.